Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Matt Robinson, the Gregarious Hermit. So today is the third day of me just talking randomly without a script, and I'm still finding it very difficult just talking to this camera without any feedback from real people. So it's definitely something that I'm getting better at, hopefully anyway. But like I said before, it's not the easiest thing in the world to just talk openly with a camera where there's no real feedback and no idea if you're even saying the right thing. People look at you funny if you say the wrong word. But anyway, so what I wanted to do, I gave yesterday an overview of my new book, Understanding Happiness. And today I want to dive into the first area that I talk about in the book, which I call the list. Now, the list is just a primitive survival tool that we developed to basically keep us safe. It's our own personal history book of our life experiences. So it catalogs every experience and everything that we come across in the world. It categorizes them as either being good for us or bad for us. In our ancestral days, that meant keeping track of foods that were safe to eat and ones that would make us sick. Places that were safe, or regions, forests that maybe had dangerous animals and we should really stay away from. So anything that we encountered in our day-to-day life, we would basically observe it and see whether it's good or bad for us, and then put it into either of those buckets. Now, that list still works exactly the same way today, and it's a very primitive survival mechanism. But nowadays, our lists get filled with things that are not even our own. So in the book, I talk about how the internet and TV basically feed so many things from around the world that we may never even experience directly. But our mind still filters them the same way, and it says whether they're either good or bad for us. Now, we have a predisposition to want to go towards things that are inherently good, things that will improve our chances of survival. And so this mechanism steers us towards things that appear better than what we currently have now. And, I have a car, it maybe not the best car in the world, but it still gets me from A to B. It keeps me dry, and it's relatively reliable. So I don't need a new car. But if I park my car next to even an identical model that's just a few years newer, that's perfectly clean, maybe slightly, changed in styling, my mind automatically looks at that car and says, that's better than my car. It's just what we do. We constantly compare and judge things, and it's perceived as being better than my car. And subconsciously, that makes me start to become unhappy with my current car. But really, there's no need for that. In our prehistoric past, in our ancestral days, seeking out things that were better than what we currently have were really a means of survival and ensuring our survival. Whereas these days, whether you have a new car or an old car, it really doesn't matter. There's absolutely no difference. But our primitive mind still works that same way. And because we're fed so much stuff through the internet and TV, when you watch a Hollywood movie, every single lawn is perfectly manicured, all of these, pristine houses, white picket fences. When you look around a typical living room in a movie, there isn't a single thing out of place. Everything is immaculate. And again, your mind looks at that and says, wow, that's better than my living room. My living room is lived in. I have things in there that I need to use. And when you look at movies, they don't show that kind of stuff. They don't show the stuff that you need day to day. But again, subconsciously, my mind will say, well, you know what? That's better than what I have now. And it will want to attain that. But at the same time, that makes you unhappy with what you have now. So the book goes into a lot more detail about how this list is formed and how your preferences get on there, and how basically once things get on that list, they stay there and they really shape how you view the world moving forward. So the list that's meant to keep us safe and alive and out of trouble and prevent us from eating berries that made us sick the last time now has basically become a list of wants and desires, and also, a catalog of our own personal traits and characteristics, and they kind of really define who we are. But again, that limits who we can be. This list really doesn't work so well in modern society. And the book kind of explores that and explains a little bit more about it. Of course, at the end of the book, I teach you how to start to dismantle that list and get rid of those behaviors. So anyway, hopefully this was informative. And again, I'm still getting used to just talking to the camera without a script and without having anything prepared. So hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. But thanks for your patience, and have a really great day. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.